several crashes involving its autopilot vehicle technology, and an exodus of high-profile staff.
Hey, so the guy you're escorting home? Yeah, don't take him home. He's some kind of big-shot fracking lobbyist, and he needs to go straight to rehab. Broke out this afternoon, headed straight for our club. Poor judgment, impeccable taste. A man after my own heart.
Later that year, Tesla acquired the solar panel firm for $2.6 billion. Soros also held Tesla stock, although according to Reuters, he sold off his stock last year. But with his recent flare-up, it could be that he was not happy with the profits he had received when he had invested in Tesla. It could be that he had received less than his right to. Plus, the fact that he is by default left-wing, the free speech policy by Elon Musk settles him on the crossroads with the Twitter owner. Musk's $44 billion Twitter deal was consummated early this year.
He was implying that Soros, like Magneto, was someone who had suffered in his past. Both Soros and Magneto are Holocaust survivors, but had become a villain using his power for control and manipulation. The comparison stirred a huge controversy, and Musk faced immediate backlash. Some people accused him of being anti-Semitic, while others said he was fueling conspiracy theories about Soros. The media jumped all over Musk's comments. The Anti-Defamation League, ADL, and other advocacy groups condemned Musk's remarks, saying that comparing Soros to a comic book villain was often associated with global control played into harmful stereotypes about Jewish people. But Musk didn't back down. He doubled down on his criticism of Soros, insisting that Soros was using his wealth for pushing policies that were harmful to society. Soros, on the other hand, remained mostly silent during this whole ordeal. He didn't directly respond to Musk's comments, but that didn't stop the debate. It was a battle of ideologies. Musk saw himself as standing up for free speech, innovation, and the entrepreneurial spirit, while he viewed Soros as a symbol of everything wrong with globalism, big government, and overregulation. In Musk's eyes, Soros was pushing for policies that would stifle innovation, burden industries with unnecessary regulations, and restrict individual freedoms. And let's not forget that Musk is a big believer in free enterprise. He's
Shop specs for Texas' largest selection of holiday
electric cars to space exploration. So when he sees someone like Soros using his wealth to push for higher taxes, more regulation, and government intervention, it's no surprise that he feels personally attacked. For Musk, Soros represents a threat, not just to his company, but to the future of innovation and economic freedom. Part 2, the escalation of the feud and public backlash. Now that we've explored the roots of the Musk-Soros conflict, let's get into how things really started heating up. It wasn't long before Elon Musk's comments about George Soros took a turn that grabbed the world's attention in an even bigger way. If you thought the feud was intense before, just wait until you hear what happened next. It all kicked off when Musk appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience. If you've ever watched Joe Rogan's podcast, you know it's where people get real. Musk, never one to hold back, did just that. In the interview, he openly expressed his personal belief that George Soros hates humanity. Now that's a bold statement, something you wouldn't expect even Musk to say, right? But he did, and he stood by it. Musk explained that in his opinion, Soros' actions and his political involvement pointed to something deeper than just funding causes he cared about. According to Musk, Soros was systematically supporting ideas and policies that were weakening society. The way Musk saw it, Soros was using his wealth and influence to back policies that led to social instability, particularly through progressive law enforcement. We've all heard about the debate over crime, and how some argue that certain cities have become
You know,
so dangerous.
I used to have a rule. I'll deal with gangsters, celebrity degenerates, drug dealers, crooked cops. As long as they run a long tab and tip the maid, I don't care. But politicians, oh, they're always on the blacklist. Simpler times. Now, the celebrity degenerates are all becoming fucking politicians, and the politicians are all celebrity degenerates. It's impossible to have standards anymore.
This strategy, in Musk's eyes, was even more dangerous than changing the laws because it flew under the radar. If no one enforces a law, or if it's enforced selectively, it's almost like that law doesn't even exist. For Musk, this was proof that Soros had mastered a kind of quiet manipulation, one that most people wouldn't notice until it was too late. But Musk didn't stop there. He threw out what has now become one of his most controversial controversial remarks about Soros. Musk compared Soros to Magneto, the Marvel villain. If you're not familiar, Magneto is a powerful character who's often seen as a misunderstood anti-hero or even a villain, depending on how you interpret his actions. Both Magneto and Soros have something significant in common. They're both Holocaust survivors. By comparing Soros to Magneto, Musk sparked outrage. He wasn't just calling Soros a villain, he was saying that Soros, like Magneto, was using his traumatic past as a way to justify his destructive actions. The
Hi,
reaction to
what do you
Musk's
need?
comparison was swift.
No trouble at all.
Advocacy groups and social media users jumped in to condemn the comment. Many people accused Musk of being anti-Semitic, or at least of playing into dangerous stereotypes about Jewish people. The Anti-Defamation League, ADL, was particularly vocal, calling out Musk's remarks as harmful and irresponsible. They argued that comparing Soros to Magneto, who's a villain associated with global control and manipulation, echoed old anti-Semitic tropes about Jewish people holding secret power over the world. To the ADL and many others, Musk's comments were more than just a jab at Soros. They were feeding into conspiracy theories that have targeted Jewish communities for centuries.
He's just not that close to the physics of it. At one point he had a big short position against Tesla. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems weird.
Elon Musk has never been one to mince words, and his latest remarks about Bill Gates have turned heads across Silicon Valley and beyond. In a candid, no-holds-barred fashion, Musk laid bare his frustrations with Gates and what he perceives as the broader failures of elite-driven policies in the U.S. It's classic Musk, unapologetic, bold, and impossible to ignore. But behind the sensational headlines lies a deeper perspective on why Musk may actually have a point. Musk's critique centers on a familiar frustration. The people shaping critical policies don't always have the expertise to tackle the issues they're addressing. Immigration, for instance, has become a lightning rod for controversy, and Musk didn't hesitate to call out the current state of affairs. He described it as chaotic, comparing it to the dystopian scenes of World War Z, and pointed to a system that seems to reward illegal crossings while bogging down legal immigration with endless red tape. For Musk, this isn't just a political talking point. It's a problem with real-world consequences. He envisions a more efficient system, one that opens the door for skilled workers to contribute to the economy while maintaining secure borders. It's not a radical idea, but it's one he believes gets lost in the noise of partisan debates. But immigration is just the tip of the iceberg. Musk's broader criticism targets the elite influence he believes is stifling innovation and free market principles. Gates, with his well-known philanthropic efforts and recent support of organizations like Future Forward, has become a symbol of this approach in Musk's eyes. Gates' $50 million donation to a group backing Kamala Harris is, to Musk, an example of elites using their wealth to shape societal outcomes in ways that often miss the mark. Instead of solving problems, Musk argues, these efforts sometimes exacerbate them. Billions of dollars spent, and what's the result? For Musk, it's a sense of shame at what could have been accomplished with a different focus. What makes Musk's criticism so intriguing is that it isn't just about tearing down Gates' methods. Musk is a builder at heart, and his frustration seems rooted in a belief that there's a better way to do things. His own track record, whether it's revolutionizing electric cars with Tesla or tackling the impossible with SpaceX, shows his commitment to solving big problems through innovation and efficiency. So when he calls out Gates for, as he sees it, misusing influence and resources, it's not just about rivalry. It's about a fundamental difference in how the two approach challenges. Musk's vision for addressing societal issues often revolves around action rather than rhetoric. Take his comments about immigration again. He doesn't just want to secure the border or fix legal pathways. He wants a system that fuels economic growth and attracts the best talent globally. It's a perspective grounded in meritocracy and the belief that innovation thrives when barriers are removed. Contrast that with what Musk sees as Gates' top-down approach, philanthropic dollars funneled into political causes rather than tangible, scalable solutions. And you begin to see why Musk is so vocal. At the heart of this debate is Musk's long-term view of the world. He's not interested in short-term fixes or throwing money at a problem for the sake of optics. He's a big-picture thinker, and his frustration with Gates seems to stem from a feeling that there's so much untapped potential being wasted. Instead of political endorsements or piecemeal programs, Musk envisions a future driven by technology and bold, forward-thinking ideas, whether that's colonizing Mars, revolutionizing energy, or solving the complex challenges of immigration and urban decline. Of course, Musk's bluntness rubs people the wrong way, and his alignment with figures like Donald Trump only adds fuel to the fire.
Man, people don't want fucking common fucking sense, no fucking
to
more.
have difficult conversations about immigration, governance, and the role of the wealthy in shaping society. His comments might not always land softly, but they spark debates that demand attention. In the long run, Musk might be onto something. His criticisms point to a need for systemic reform, where expertise and innovation take center stage. While Gates's philanthropic efforts have their merits, Musk's vision champions a world where problems are solved with bold, pragmatic solutions rather than incremental adjustments. It's a clash of philosophies, yes, but one that could ultimately push society toward meaningful change. And if there's one thing Musk has proven time and again, it's that he thrives on proving the doubters wrong. Climate change chaos. The clash between Elon Musk and Bill Gates isn't just about personalities. It's a battle of ideas on how to tackle the world's most pressing problem, climate change. And while Gates is known for his philanthropy and broad focus on global issues, Musk's approach is rooted in action and innovation, creating solutions that not only address the problem but fundamentally transform how we live. Their public feud, which began innocently enough when Gates opted for a Porsche Taycan over a Tesla as his first electric vehicle, EV, quickly escalated into a deeper philosophical divide. Musk, who has made it his life's mission to push humanity toward a sustainable future, didn't just take issue with Gates's choice of car. He saw it as a symbol of a broader disconnect between Gates' focus on spreading resources across various climate initiatives and Musk's laser-sharp emphasis on practical, scalable solutions that work today. Gates has argued that climate change is too complex to solve with EVs alone, pointing out that they address only 16% of global emissions. He's poured billions into areas like clean energy research and reducing agricultural emissions, which are undoubtedly crucial. But Musk counters that solving big problems requires building systems that work, and work now. With Tesla, Musk isn't just manufacturing cars. He's reshaping entire industries and demonstrating how sustainable solutions can become the norm.
An unexpected twist occurred when Musk allegedly exposed Soros' involvement in a corruption scandal recently. What Musk revealed sent shockwaves through various industries, raising questions about their future impact. But how did this all come about? And what could it mean for Soros and his global empire? Let's dive into the details.
Fuck all that bullshit.